He's only gone and done it again. Steve O'Hare.
Oh, God. Morning, everyone. Hello, Steve. It's the
morning.
20th of October. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Noble, joined by Ian Coleman. And Steve, you just introduced yourself there as well.
Steve Boomdog O'Hare.
Steve Boynero O'Hare. Even his grey bits are starting to disappear now.
Yeah, it is. It's going a little bit. Yeah. I'm starting to grow some hair.
Amazing what 4 good calls in a row can do for you, isn't it?
Is that all 4?
No, you've actually had 6.
Yeah, probably
6
something
in a
like
row.
that.
Yeah, anyway, what's going on with the markets today? It's a bit more of a risk-off move yesterday. There's a few news headlines that are affecting bits and pieces. We've got obviously Brexit talks, which seem to be stuck at a deadlock. Johnson's not backing down on any of that. We've got fading hopes of a US stimulus package ahead of the election, although there is some conversation suggesting that they could come to some sort of deal prior to the election. We've got the final debate between President Trump and Joe Biden on Thursday. So people obviously watching that with bated breath to see what's going to go down there. Hopefully no more talking over each other and bickering like the last time. And of course, COVID, the star of the show, has surpassed the 40 million mark in terms of cases. Ireland returned to a lockdown. They're going into a lockdown for 6 weeks, and you've got to stay within 5 kilometres of your home, which could be quite painful. Wales have imposed a similar fire break lockdown, closing all non-essential retailers and requiring the population to stay at home for the next 2 weeks. There are places in Wales where on the border with England, there's a pub like within 100 metres or something or less of the border. So everyone will be having fun at the pub in England, looking over the border at Wales, and they're all stuck indoors. So going to be quite difficult to police, I think, but hopefully common sense will prevail.
Mr. Johnson's got a press release, isn't he, about Manchester today, I think?
That's right. They've got until midday today to, I think, accept a deal of some sort, or he's going to step in and slap them in the tier 3 category. So plenty going on, and markets are looking a little fragile, I think. Has anybody got anything they want to show us on the charts?
One thing I was thinking is Johnson should just relegate the 2 football teams, Manchester United and Manchester City.
Then they'd pay attention, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Wouldn't like to see that at all. I'm just looking at. I got an email yesterday from the SEC and the FCA asking me to stop manipulating the market. Apparently, this is gold. We've got since end of September. We've had this bullish channel moving higher. The trend line was drawn in from these 2 points, so it was a potential trend line, but it actually has become a trend line after today's price action. We've gone down, touched the low. As long as we close above here and the low isn't broken, then this has got a little bit of potential on the short-term time frame. If we sort of like look at the hourly charts, we can see that we've had this indecision over the last few hours, but this nice bullish candle turned the price action around. Obviously, on the 4-hour chart, we've got a bullish hammer, which I like to see, although momentum has still not been confirmed. Probably be confirmed after the end of this one. On silver, we had a positive day yesterday. If you look at it, it's a bullish outside candle, which is quite nice. It's within the Ichimoku cloud, so we expect volatility to be higher within the cloud and a little bit of indecision, where although we've seen volumes drop off as well. As you can see, we've got a little bit of maybe bearish divergence, so got to be a little bit careful with that one. Oil, I haven't really sort of been following all too closely. We've had a sort of like sideways to negative price action over the last few days.
Well, Well, there'll be a lack of demand if the coronavirus thing kicks off again. Then obviously
Yeah,
oil gets
exactly.
hit, doesn't it?
I think there's a bit more to come.
What was the level we were talking about on oil? 41.70.
Yeah.
Well, it's below there, I think. More sideways to lower.
Oh, what's that one? There.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
This
what's
just
that?
popped up. It's a bit disappointed with this trade idea on the gun to head challenge from yesterday because it took about 8 hours rather than the expected 4. But anyway, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kick it out of bed. On Ftse, we've had a little bit of a recovery, and it's challenging the previous swing high here. So equities seem to be let off the hook a little bit this morning. Don't know whether that's going to follow through to this afternoon or not. So I'll be hunting around for the gun to head challenge. Apart from that, there's not really a lot going on, just a little bit of bearish pressure, but nothing to write home about at the moment.
Yeah, I think that may be the case now, really, until the election, probably. I think everyone's waiting for this stimulus package, aren't they?
I'm not. I'm just seeing how it is, saying it, just going for it.
Okay, Ian, what you got on the FX front for us?
Dollar index, starting off with. So this is the 4-hour chart. So just want to talk about, just go back to the big picture again. So this is a bullish outside month. This looks like a completion of a 5-wave count, which should mean we get a choppy 3-wave count to the upside. This is prime resistance here, which is reverse trend line at 96.73. If we go to this chart, it's just a mess. This was a previous swing high. So as is common with corrective formations, these waves are in 3 waves or 5 waves, which basically knocks everybody offside. So what I believe, or what I'm looking to happen, is I prefer to sell into rallies up here, 94.37, or buy into dips down here. Selling up here will basically complete this inside 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then looking for 5 or 3 to the downside, which should complete a bigger A, B, C, D formation. And then if you go to the shorter time frame, this is possibly the base for a move to the upside, but this is prime entry, which is a confluence area down here at 93.08. Now, talking very quickly about symmetrical patterns. So 93.08, if I put that on there, for them to be perfected, this move here should either be 38.2, so it should be, and it's off this wave, so it should be there, or it should be 88.6 of the whole of that wave. And if we put a fib tool on there, 88.6, that pretty much lines up with that. So at the moment, it's a bit in no man's land. There is a bullish bias, but the main or the prime long entry, I believe, is here at 93.09 if we get there. And reflecting that on euro dollar, so we talked about this yesterday, 117.92, this reverse trend line from all that expanding wedge breakout, and it's clipped that. But if you can see, just in morning trade, we're just starting to move a little bit higher. And if we go to both of these time frames, so opposite to what the dollar index is doing, we've got a confluence area here, 118.20. And if we go to this time frame, so we're trying to marry them all up basically. We've got the 88.6 at 118.12, so 7 or 8 ticks difference. So that's the prime short entry, not here, I believe. What I do think is quite interesting overnight is we had RBA, the Australian central bank. They said that in the minutes they discussed the possibility of further easing. And if we look at the basket, it did move lower, but this is the Aussie basket, and it only moved lower to this confluence area here, and it's starting to dip by. And if we go to a lot of the Aussie crosses, Aussie CAD, we've got these confluence areas. So I think that Aussie, at least for the short term, is looking like the sell-off is finished, and that's one of the things I'll be looking at the gun to the head.
Okay. Great. So I guess we better get onto that, as Steve has alluded to a couple of times already this morning, that he's on fire with it. Everything he hits is going to the boundary at the minute. So can he keep going? Have you got anything else up your sleeve, Steve? Let's just have a quick look at what we're talking about first of all. So yesterday we had 3 trades. Euro yen, which I had a 1.79 R win, so not keeping pace with Steve at the moment, but a win's a win. Steve, you got a nice 3R win on your DAX call, 2 in a row on the DAX, 6 trades correct in a row for you since your return from holiday, putting on 16.57 R in the process. Going pretty nicely. And Ian, you had a stop out on Aussie yen, so 0 correlation between the 2 of those yesterday, unfortunately. So Steve, you're on a roll. What have you got today?
I haven't got a lot at the moment, I'm afraid. So I have to.
Got no conviction today.
No conviction today. So I definitely wouldn't put any money on this trade idea. So yeah, can I go last?
You can.
Oh, you haven't got anything, have you?
Ian's got something ready. He was talking about.
I'm looking at all of these Aussie crosses, as I said. Now, just going to these symmetrical patterns. That's a 88.6% pullback in Aussie dollar, and it's just clipped that pretty well. If I go to, I don't know if Aussie yen, I've not even looked at Aussie yen. Yeah, Aussie yen's the same, 88.6. Euro Aussie's got nothing, but these Aussie crosses are quite interesting. Aussie New Zealand, and it's already starting to move to the upside, that one. Confluence area here, and then Aussie CAD is a confluence area here on a higher time frame. So I'll go for this one. I'll go for Aussie CAD because I quite like what's happening in the CAD basket as well. Bit of extension. Oh no, it's not what I want, is it? I'll just take it out there with a stop below my confluence area. So getting long at 92.90, targeting 93.75 with a stop at 92.67. Aussie CAD.
Lovely. Best of luck. Steve, have you found anything yet?
Thank you.
I haven't actually.
All right, I'll have a look then. I'll have a go at dollar index. So just flicking through the charts.
That's the only one I was looking at actually.
On the hourly. Obviously, Ian gave us a fairly comprehensive view on that, but sort of looking at it from with my own eyes, I can see it's fairly mixed. I mean, you could argue that there's some sort of inverse head and shoulders taking shape there, very rough. You could also maybe argue that there is a head and shoulders here. So a top and a bottom potentially taking shape. So very mixed overall. I'm going to try and play it on the short side today. I'm going to sell it now at 93.40. Really because I like the look at this engulfing candle that we've seen over the last hour. So I'm going to sell it there. Going to target a move down to the swing lows down here. So let's say that's 93.01. Stop loss at 93.54. So about 2.5 R. Not amazing, but that'll do. Oh, sorry, 2.72 R.
Good luck.
There you go, Steve. Over to you, mate.
I didn't actually look at yours then. I was actually concentrating on this, but I'm going to do the same in dollar index. I'm going to sell it as well. Where'd you set your target at?
93.01.
Maybe that's where you're going to mess up. And where was your stop?
At least someone was listening. 93.54.
That's where you've gone wrong again. 93.55 the stop needs to be, but I'm getting a couple of ticks higher than you. And they are 93.13, the famous 13 level. Okay. So I'm getting short here at 93.42. The stop is at 93.55. And the target is 93.13.
Okay.
Already on side.
Take it now. Okay, so 3 trades, 2 of them are the same, which is selling dollar index, and then we have Ian's trade buying Aussie CAD. In terms of other news yesterday, there was an outage on one of the exchange operators, Euronext, yesterday. They had a software glitch, which was the worst outage in 2 years, and it culminated in a failed closing auction. That was after a 3-hour outage, halted trading in France, Belgium, Netherlands, Portugal, and Ireland. So that may have factored into the risk-off conditions that we saw yesterday as well. Anything else you guys have seen on the news front?
Nope.
No?
No, not a lot. No.
Okay, so data-wise today, we've got US housing starts and building permits at 1:30. Permits expected to fall 6.4% month on month, and starts expected to drop 4.2% month on month. Aside from that, the US earnings season is in full swing. We have some big names reporting today. We have Lockheed Martin, Procter & Gamble, Snap, Netflix, which is probably going to be the most well watched, and also Philip Morris International. So some big names there reporting, and that they'll continue to come thick and fast in the US over the coming days. So that is pretty much that, I think.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
Cool. Anybody else got anything else to say, or shall we wrap it up for the day?
Wrap out.
Great. Well, have a good day, everybody. Good luck with your trades, and we'll catch you all tomorrow morning.
Yep. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ed. Bye.